In the door. We're back. This is actually shower, not rain. But that's why we're starting late today. We're still going till like 9:30. So it is going to be just a shorter day in general. But we are here to get some stuff done. I actually I have two things I want to get done in particular. And one of them is getting this file uploaded and approved again. So I guess for those who don't know, obviously welcome to Creative Commons. Is this my little order? It is. Yep. Okay. We do sprints, which is like a little countdown timer of productivity. Typically, we do creative stuff, but you guys can do whatever you want here. I'm an author and illustrator. Been working on stuff. I'm working on getting this series, Kuro Kenshin Rebirth, printed, and we've had a little snafu. So I'll catch you up because this one, volume 1, I was actually successfully able to get published and printed last fall, I think last September or so. So this one was good. Hi, Kitty. You're just in time for my little rant. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. So that was number 1, and then I finished getting the pages all ready for print for volumes 2, 3, and 4. Actually, that's the old 3 cover. I already updated it. So everything was ready. Covers were ready. Pages were ready. I was ready. I was initially going to wait till volume 5 was closer to being done so I could do a Kickstarter, try to kick things off. That's the updated 3. However, with it just taking me longer to get that volume done, I didn't really want to wait and sit on it because it still was like in the back of my mind, like, you got to get us done. So I'm like, all right, I already got the files. Let me just upload them, get the proof copies, check. Nothing was flagged in 2 rounds of proof copies. Then all of a sudden, as I go to hit publish, because if it's not published, I can't order it without the not for resale banner there. So I was like, all right, let me just publish it so I can order it because I have an event in 2 weeks. Get an email back saying, hey, volume 2 was rejected. Volume 3 got published, and volume 4 was rejected. Volume 4 was only rejected because of a baby, like one small piece of text touched their margin trim, and it wasn't even like a significant amount, but I was like, fine, whatever. Whoever's checking this is being anal. So I went and fixed his page, re-uploaded it. The reason why volume 2 got flagged was because I guess whoever was, it has to be a person, I assume, because otherwise they all would have been flagged for the same reason. And that reason is on my cover right here, I just have Halo Moon Studios instead of like my name, because with my manga being, art mostly, I feel like the studio name is a better name. And they were like, well, you can't do that. You have to have your cover and your spine with your author name that matches your setup, which is obviously my legal name and all that. And I was like, that's never been an issue, so I'm just gonna like edit it and do it again just to see if I get a different person or whatever who will let things go as they have been. Did not work. And then a whole different page in volume 4 got flagged, and I was like, fine. So because of that, I'm trying to stay positive and say that by putting like story and art by H.H. Miller on it makes it maybe easier to file for like libraries and stuff. I'm going with that impression. But I was like, I can't just update it for volume 2 of soon to be 5. So I had to update it for all 4. I decided to do this at 4:30 in the morning on Sunday because it's just been like, I worked all weekend, so I actually had to like go to work at 9, but I woke up at 4:30 to let the dogs out, and I was like, it's time. So I updated all the covers, and then I even went through all the pages and made sure like margins weren't an issue. And then while I was waiting for upload time, I did investigate like how to make a quick ebook for them so that's more accessible to other people as well. And it's not my favorite. You have to use their program because it's Amazon holding on to whatever power it can. But I did get it so at least you could flip through the pages. There's no like table of contents because it's a very buggy program. But it exists and it's accessible for people who want to check it out and maybe don't want to get a physical copy, yada, yada. I get an email while I'm at work already, stressed out, exhausted from being up since 4:30. And the email's like, we can't publish your book yet because we have to make sure that you're the actual owner of this content. And I'm assuming the worst because I'm like, oh, now they're going to tell me I can't publish any of these. Like I try to correct one thing and they're like, oh, is this really you? So I like filled out their email response properly and was like, this is my stuff. I've been doing this for years. Here's my website. Hit me up if you have more questions. And so they got back to me on that real quick. And they're like, okay, congrats, your book is published. And this was just the ebook. The print was still in review. So it wasn't until midnight last night that I got the updates on these. And now 2 and 4 are published. Hold on, I'm trying to get these in the same hand. Ugh. 2 and 4 are published, which are the ones that had the initial issues to cause all this chaos. And they flagged 1 and 3. I just want to get books for people, okay? So that's what I'm working on. I'm correcting what they flagged as issues and gonna try again. That was my rant. Thank you for listening. Sorry that we had to start off that way, but just so you guys know what kind of week it's been. It is such a weird issue because I'm like, at this point, you've let 7 of my 8 books go through without an issue with this on the cover. Like, this is, and you can't talk to a person. You can't talk to a person about that. So I just took it in my own hands, and I knew as soon as I like unpublished and re-uploaded, they would find something. And of course, it's ridiculous. It's like the tiniest touch of their margin line, but it's there for a reason. So we're gonna see how it works. We're gonna try it again. Hi, Jess. I'm glad you didn't forget. Welcome. And thanks for joining us on Creative Commons tonight. I almost forgot my earbud or else I won't be able to hear when the timer ends. It is just little jabs of you thought you could get this done. Like I don't have words for it anymore. I'm just like, okay, I'm expecting the worst and just hoping for the best. But the good news is once I am done with getting those uploaded, I finished my Disney bingo. Actually, I have to color them in, but I finished it last night. We watched The Black Cauldron. So I need to create my next chunk for the Disney animated movies, which The Black Cauldron was my latest one, I think, and that was 1985. So we're starting right after that, which I want to say is I know Little Mermaid was 89, but I feel like I'm missing one in between. We'll see. We'll see shortly. Hopefully I can knock out these tweaks during the sprint, and we can get into the fun stuff. But we did have to start there. And we got three more. Do I have a favorite from the board? I have a least favorite, and that is Pete's Dragon. And there's a reason I probably never have seen this movie before, aside from it being live action for the most part. But it came up on the Disney animated movie list because the dragon is animated, the dragon Elliot, which he's animated very, very well. The animator was Don Bluth, primarily, who is like a very key figure through that era of Disney animation. And then he like went to 20th century, I think, or he's the one who did like Fievel Goes West and Secret of NIMH, but fantastic animator. Pete's Dragon, the original from 1977, is a 2-hour long musical. Okay. But remember, the 70s was not very censored. And I mean, like, even though it was Disney, so it wasn't like not censored in terms of like showing off people's bodies or vulgar language. But if you listen to the lyrics that they're singing is in like at least 3 of the songs, I was uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable. Because the movie starts out where Pete, he had been adopted into this family, which is very like, like maybe they're like country bumpkins, but it feels a little Appalachian coded and a little bit of like the bad side of the tracks. But he's running away from them because they basically adopted him so he could do all the work on the farm, and basically treat him like a slave. The opening song of this movie is every single member of the family talking about how they want to capture him and like do terrible things to him, like torture wise, and like of course like make him do more work, but like also torture. And I was like, I don't think this is a kids movie, unless I mean, like probably I wouldn't have really heard the lyrics as a child. But that one, if you're ever doing Disney bingo, I would skip it. It's really not worth, especially if you're into animation. You're here for the animation and you have to sit through. I had to watch it in 2 chunks because I could not stand watching it. Did it have some nice parts? Yes. Was it worth the movie? No. I'll tell you about the good parts. The lady in the lighthouse and her dad are super nice and super cool. And Pete's animated very well, or not Pete, Pete's the child. Elliot is the dragon, is animated. And they use a lot of clever studio techniques to make it seem like there was an invisible dragon. So like, yes, I could see the work they put into it, but did not like 1 star. 1 star. They get 1 star because there was some good things. That's it. Hi, Maggie. Yeah, it was not nice at all. And it wasn't even that just one song. It was like, there was, every time we had like 3 different sets of bad guys. So every time we had like a bad guy thing, it got just very violent. And I was not enjoying it. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You would think that they're probably on the bandwagon with AI just checking everything. But yeah, it's really weird that they would do that. And the worst part is in the email, it says, if this is really yours, respond with, quote, I own this property, like blah, blah, blah. Like it tells you to respond with that exact line of dialogue. So that's how I started my email to them. And then I gave them my background because it did say like, tell us what your account is about and like what kind of works you intend to publish, how many people are on your team. And I'm like, they must have been getting spam or like scammed or a lot of like fake uploaders, but I've seen old copies of my manga, like old copies of Kuro Kenshin, and with a cherry on top, being circulated by some unknown seller, and I'm like, hey, it's out of print. So yes, maybe you found it at like a garage sale. That's fine. It's whatever. But I was like, I don't feel like they shouldn't be able to sell that because it's mine. But you can't. There's nothing that you can. I emailed them about it, and they were just basically like, well, if they have the thing, and I'm like, well, I have the property though. Slightly traumatized. It's probably like Black Cauldron is dark, but again, it's fully animated. It's like it's a dark fantasy dark, whereas Pete's Dragon was just that would not fly. That would not fly today. Did not enjoy. My favorite. They were all. Everything else was really good. There were a few that I've never been like a huge fan of to start, but at least like rewatching them, I could appreciate it and like look at the work they put into it. Fox and the Hound still made me cry. I knew the whole thing was coming with her taking Todd out to the woods, and I could not stop myself. So it still has that emotional weight. Which one did I really? Okay, as I'm going down the list, I'm just gonna say if anything stands out that I was like, yeah, I really actually enjoyed watching through that again. I did enjoy Sleeping Beauty, but I definitely had my brain was more aware that while watching it, I was like, yeah, Aurora really doesn't do anything. I do only like this movie because of the prince and the fairies. So maybe she isn't my favorite princess. Like she's still pretty. But yeah, it was and that was kind of going through my mind the whole time. Sword in the Stone, still really enjoy that one. Aristocats was great. 101 Dalmatians was actually watching it and paying attention. Like with a lot of these movies, I also like kind of time checked them to be like, where, like, how far in the movie are we actually? Because like with Snow White, in my head, you know, she does when she runs away from the castle and goes to the dwarfs. I'm like, that's got to be like a third of the way of the movie. It's only 10 minutes in. She gets to the cottage 10 minutes into the hour 10. So it's relatively soon. So a lot of those things were just interesting to like look at and acknowledge with the outsider's point of view, I guess. Did actually enjoy Cinderella a lot more than I think I have before. I think she's kind of, as a person, becoming one of my favorite princesses. She works so hard. But also the Prince of Glass and Midnight kind of did that to me. So overall, it was a good experience. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But I am ready to get into the next chunk because the 90s are coming up and we're very excited for the Goofy movie. Yeah, because they weren't selling it as like their own printed thing. They were selling a copy of it, so like probably a resale. That's why they were like, it's fine if they have a copy to sell. And I'm like, I guess, but I feel like the description on here isn't accurate. Bedknobs and Broomsticks was also not a good look for Disney. I like Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I don't know if that's going to come up on the list. I thought it would have because it was that and Mary Poppins. I feel like should have also been on here just because Mary Poppins has that whole animated sequence. But I did enjoy Bedknob and Broomsticks when I watched it when I was younger. Now, if I were to go back and watch it and see things like maybe understand lyrics, maybe we can say then, yeah, that wasn't that great either. But I don't know if it is on my official list that I was using. Yes, you need to watch it. And I I don't know what sort of access you have to everything, but they released a documentary on essentially the creation of the Goofy movie, like the whole behind the scenes and how it almost wasn't made and all the drama that went with it. And that was a very, very good documentary. So you have to be into the movie probably to really enjoy it, but yeah. Obviously, we found out what makes me excited, and it's Disney stuff. We've known this. We've known this. I'm wearing my Disney Princess t-shirt right now, but it's a good time. I'm curious to see what the next chunk is going to be, like the next 25, because it feels to me like there's a lot more movies just because of the joining of Pixar. So what is going to be the next 25? I'm very curious. But we have to get through this first sprint first. Oh no. No lucky numbers, thank God, as I'm almost done with my 65 hours. We've got a nice 28 minutes. Yes. Their documentaries for like about the studios has been pleasantly eye-opening. Like obviously not everything was sunshine and rainbows, but it, as an artist, it makes me usually very like happy to see like where they were at and where they ended up. Speaking of, before we start the sprint, The Reluctant Dragon is another classic, less well-known Disney movie, and this one turned up on the animation block because at least half of it's animated, but it's really cool because it was done in 1941, so very early Disney, but it follows a guy who's like, he ends up at the studios to meet with Walt to propose a new movie, like an animated movie. And for whatever reason, he keeps avoiding actually going to talk to Walt. And he ends up like in the studio, like where they learn to draw the characters. And then he ends up where like the cameras are and where the painting is and like where the music is made. And so you get to see all the different chunks of the behind the scenes in 1940s Disney. That was a lot of fun to watch and learn about. And then it has like little, like a Goofy and a Donald vignette. So like little clips. And then it ends with the Reluctant Dragon that like animated, I wouldn't really call it a feature clip. So it all comes together, and I didn't know it existed because I always just kind of merged Pete's Dragon and Reluctant Dragon in my head as a younger me. But I'm so glad I watched it, and I would probably watch it again just to like see the behind the scenes. You watched about how Emperor's New Groove was made, and it was so interesting. I'm probably going to go into like a documentary binge after I get through a lot more movies, because I really love seeing that. That's what I want. I want to know how they did it. I want to know. 28 minutes. I got to set the timer. All right. I have to show the timer. All right, so we have 28 minutes for our first sprint. I'm hopefully going to be able to get these new files uploaded and processing so that I can move on to the fun stuff. But we gotta work to get places and do things. So let's get it done in 3, 2, 1, go! All right, we are back from our first sprint. I did manage to get volume 1's stuff edited, re-uploaded. Now we wait again and hope the BS is over. And I'm almost done with volume 3, but I can definitely see them flagging a couple of other things that they didn't flag the first time. And it's literally on extra page where I'm like, here's bonus art. And there's like, I had like my old copyright on the pages. So part of me is thinking maybe just go in and really just trim it up, I guess. I would hate to like put a random block of empty space just to make them happy, but maybe it'll go through this time. Maybe it'll go through this time. At least it's volume 3, so I'm not as worried about it, but I could definitely see them doing that. So you guys vote. Should I like just jump ahead and assume what they're gonna mark? I didn't want to. They printed out fine. Like nothing got trimmed off, my dude. And if it did, it's because I didn't want it there in the first place. Very not concerned. Very not concerned. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it. Because I want to make this bingo board. I approve. I approve. Move on to the next step. Send it to the next robot person. Just make it happen. Or at least like tell us when you're going to decide to be like super strict all the time. Because it doesn't flag it in the proof. Okay. We'll see if that makes them happy. It's saving. Saving. Is it going to load? Save successful. All right, so now it is in review again. Okay, close that. We're back. We're officially back. Good morning, Thog. Just got back from laundry. Welcome. Hi, Asada. Happy Monday. It didn't seem very sensical what they flagged so far, so trying to guess doesn't really sound possible. This is also true, because why change your mind? Why change your mind? Oh, yes. So feel free to jump back to the beginning of the stream for my full rant, but basically in the process of me trying to get these 3 proof copies published so I can order them without the not for resale bar, we hit a snafu where it just decided to flag things it's never flagged before, like having just Halo Moon Studios on the front instead of my author name. They decided I can't do that anymore, but only for this book, only for volume 2. It didn't do that for 3 or any of the other books that I've published so far. So I had to update all the covers to be consistent, which meant I had to unpublish this one that got published. And now they're flagging it for other little like, oh, it's hitting our trim line. And I'm like, it's not though. I'll move it. You only marked 1 page, so I'm going to fix that 1 page, but they're being buttheads and I just need to order stock. So yeah, Amazon's being quite annoying, but we're going to let that be because we've just been rolling with the punches for a whole week trying to get this process going. So we're going to have some fun. I've drawn out the base for the bingo board. It's going to be another 5x5. And I'm going to pull up the list I was using. Because I was actually using like, was it the wiki? I had it on my phone, so I don't know which one I was. I mean, we could use this one. It's not as exciting. Does this one list? Oh, I should have done this one. I don't think this one has Pete's Dragon on it. Make My Music. That wasn't on my original list. All right. Well, we are starting at 1986. Let me see if there is just a more visual list because I don't want A to Z. I want, that's just another. Oh, this is like all their movies. That's all their films. That's not all their animated. I want. Oh, I like this better. Open, open. Now we can have a visual. It's going to be a little bit blurry, but once again, they didn't put Pete's Dragon on this. Does it have everything? I guess it does. I'll have to cross-check. Let me share this with you guys. Alrighty, so far, these are the Walt Disney Animation Studios feature films. We have started at Snow White in 1937 and watched all of these. I did not see Make My Music on there, so I'm going to add that as a bonus because that wasn't on the initial list that I looked up. So I'm going to add that. I have a feeling it's going to be very similar to Fun, Fancy Free, Melody Time, Fantasia, Generation. But I'm going to add it as a bonus because I don't think it even... And put a question mark. Because if you go in the Disney Plus app and you go into the Walt Disney Animation Studios category, which is like 3, like you have to navigate to get there, it does have it broken up by decade, and I did not see Make My Music, so it may not even be available to watch there. That's fine. Paul says hi from far away. But we've gone through all these lovely, lovely movies. And we just finished watching The Black Cauldron last night. And it was fantastic, as usual. So we're starting off with another one of my favorites. Not just because the mouse is based off of Sherlock Holmes, but The Great Mouse Detective in 1986. So that's enough to piss off the Pope. Hey, you know what? You know what? Let him hear my confession. Oh yes, this is the Disney movies bingo board since I did finish my first one. So we are starting the next one together. Hi, Michelle. And the way that I set up my board to randomize it was I just have a D10, and since it's a 5x5, so a 1 or a 6 is the top row. I wish I could have like 2 things up at the same time, but why would we make it that easy? So 1 and 6, 2 and 7, 3 and 8, 4 and 9, 5 and 10. And then the second roll is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because there's our numbers there, to see where it ends up. So I don't know what my center square is going to be until, okay, we rolled an 8. That's middle row. Watch this be the center square. Wouldn't that be funny? If this is a 3, it's center square. It's a 6. Oh, so that means I go back to the beginning, which is 1. Wait, no, 6. Wait, how do I do that? Yeah, that's 1. Okay. What did I say? Great Mouse Detective. And let me know if you guys are confused if I just like start rambling. Because this is basically just me starting to fill it in so that it's randomized. And I want to see how far we go because we have to add 25 onto here. Ooh, the Rescuers Down Under was that early? Okay. Can I zoom this in a little bit more for you guys? It's probably a little bit blurry and I apologize, but actually, hold on. Get over there. Where was I? Here. So this is where we're starting. Great Mouse Detective. Oliver and Company. These are where the movies are getting good. Okay, row 2, 10. Oliver. And feel free to chat amongst yourselves if there's anything Anything that you guys are particularly looking forward to me watching? I've seen all of these, so I know they're good. um, Little Mermaid is gonna be top row, second in. And I guess if you guys wanted to make your own bingo board, you could definitely do that and watch some Disney movies with me for sure, Z's. Vicariously. Rescuers Down Under. Yeah, they were pumping out a movie every year, 88, 89, 90, 91. They've been busy. Well, I think they had at least two animation teams going at that point. So we're on the fourth row. Number 7 is gonna be Rescuers Down Under. Place your bets on what you think is gonna end up in the center square. That's how we'll make this interesting. We'll see what rolls into the center square. Alien Queen is now a Disney princess. You are not wrong. Disney does own Alien. I've recently rewatched Hercules and it was so much fun. Nice. I recently actually watched Hunchback of Notre Dame, but I have to watch it officially for the bingo. But yeah, that's another one where Disney did really well when they kind of went dark, in my opinion. Like, they actually made a villain like believably bad. And then they kind of got like there's, as we get into the more recent stuff, I'm sure I will have more things to say as I rewatch them. But the new ones haven't hit quite as hard. But we'll see. We'll see what the rewatch says. Also, I've got I Won't Say I'm in Love stuck in my head. Oh, classic. We love that one. I had Little Mermaid sheets on my bed. I remember getting a Pocahontas watch from the Disney store. Oh, good times, the Disney stores. They're like closing everywhere. It's so sad. It's so sad. Oh, what am I on? Beauty and the Beast is 2 and 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Frollo, he's super creepy because you're like, that person definitely exists in real life. That's a bit like power hungry, arrogant. Like, that person could be real, and that's why that person's scary. Oh, we're gonna fill up the second row the quickest, it looks like. Ooh, we are one above center with. Sorry, I gotta scroll over. Aladdin. Can I call you Al? Or maybe Dean? Or how about Laddie? That was 92. So we had, yeah, like almost every year, if not every 2 years, they were pumping out a new movie. Aladdin. I was such a Disney kid, but I don't love the corporation now as an adult. This is fair because we understand what a corporation is and means. And I just rolled a 3. So could Lion King be the center square? If Lion King is my center square, do you realize how prophetic that is? Did I just jinx it? I need to roll a 3 or an 8 for it to be center square. I rolled an 8. Oh, sweet. That is. You can't script that. You can't script that. Look at that. I rolled an 8. I'm sorry, everything is too tiny, but I definitely rolled an 8. Okay, sweet. Destiny. You didn't realize you had my stream on mute until just now? That's fine. I do that all the time, and I'm the one talking. It'd be more traumatizing if I was still muted and just thinking you guys were talking to me. I have these tiny little Tupperware boxes from Winnie the Pooh characters, and I use for emergency snacks, so I always have Pooh Bear with me. That's, if I ever go like garage sale hopping, I'm probably gonna look for like the older, like Disney trademarked like Tupperware and cups and plates and stuff, because I have like one plate that's Little Mermaid. We used to have the cups, if you know, you know, but sadly I do not have those. All right, I got too excited about making Lion King the center square. So Pocahontas is going to be also row 3 and smudging right on in there. So we are almost completing a row just filling this up. And I should have wrote her more. I'm just going to draw a little flit then, I guess. So I like made her way up there. In the box, I did not center. Finally watched Hercules in the past few months. Finally, you haven't seen it before? That's a classic. That's it. Like you gotta watch Hercules. And we got 10. So this top corner is Hunchback. Maggie's seen all the Disney movies until 2015. What happened in 2015 that made you stop? Notre Dame. Also, very good soundtrack for Hunchback of Notre Dame. Can't type right now. The past few. Okay. Oh, we got you. I auto corrected that. I've not seen Atlantis, and I feel like that's a crime. It is a crime. Shame on you, Michelle. If I get through these and watch Atlantis before you watch Atlantis, crime. Home on the Range wasn't funny or entertaining at all. It was definitely one of their, I want to say B, but I also think it's more of a C. It's like, I'm agreeing with you, because if I'm looking at the list here, up until that point, like, you had very solid winners. Home on the Range was fine. Chicken Little definitely had, it wasn't for me. Like, I can appreciate it, but it wasn't for me. I love Meet the Robinsons. Maggie, if you pick any of these newer movies, watch Meet the Robinsons. It is so fun. Oh, you did. Okay, I should have just read the next one. I'm paying attention. Where are we at? We're on Hercules. Oh, you can't go in that spot, Hercules. Pocahontas is already there. You can't go in that spot, Hercules. You can't go in that spot because now Aladdin is there. This is where it gets hard, because I just end up rolling for like the same chunk. Nope. That's still where Aladdin is, Hercules. So this is where we're at. Let me really quick just hide this. Everybody was kind of filling in this space based on the rolls, and Hercules keeps like trying to get in Pocahontas and Aladdin's spot. You can choose your own spot, my dude. You can choose your own spot. Okay, we got a row 4 and a 5. Perfect. You just had to understand the game. There are so many Disney movies I haven't watched because my parents weren't really interested kids watching Disney stuff, so I need to do all the kid movies now as an adult. To be fair, like, most of the movies I watch by choice are kids movies nowadays, because if I want to escape, I want to be like in a safe space. And for the most part, kids movies are safe. Somehow Home on the Range is my whole childhood, though. Don't know how that happened. It might have been one of those, like, it didn't do so well, so it was like just more accessible to everybody. Like, it got, like, the DVD or something got cheap real quick. Who knows? I don't know why, but overnight I got 13 orders from Brazil of Blue 7, while the ebook is free. Very nice. Not Canada, not Australia, Brazil. Take it. Maybe it just hit them, like, there's some special fandom down there that you just touch the hearts of. It's when you had your stroke. Okay. Yes, you better. Yes. Show him Atlantis. Brother Bear was a very Eurocentric view of Inuit culture. I think they tried, but it's still, I agree, it was a little bit whitewashed in terms of, you could probably go into those topics with a lot more depth, but let's just make them bears, and then we don't have to show so much of the culture. Like, I feel like that's how they ended up getting away with it, because if if most of the movie they're bears and just doing like animal things, like that's the Disney thing, is the animal thing. So they didn't have to like do too much. All right, that's Rescuers Down Under is there, my dude. Where are we at? We're on Mulan. Q has been asking me when I'm watching Mulan, and I told her it wasn't until this new bingo board. Okay, we're just gonna have to really like pick random because this just gives me dupes. Nothing is in row 5, so I'm just gonna put Mulan down here. If I roll it 7 times and it doesn't give me a good number, I have to pick. Okay. 2. Nope. Beauty and the Beast is there. Tarzan. Okay, you can go right up there. Perfect. Also, Treasure Planet. Between like Treasure Planet and Atlantis should be way more mainstream. They're so underrated. And yet I don't know a person who's watched them and hasn't liked them. 7. Nope, can't go there. Well, okay, we gotta play this game a little bit differently now that we're just rolling in the same spots. Fantasia 2000 and Dinosaur. Dinosaur was one that my my brothers got it as like a VHS. And I guess Dinosaur's going there. And I wasn't totally into it because it was their, I guess technically you could consider it their first real like CGI before, wait, Toy Story isn't on this list. Oh no. Oh no. Now I have to go look at the other list. I knew that list looked way too short just because they didn't put Toy Story. And yes, I am counting Pixar's Toy Story and all that in this list. Hi to Mama. I think they did that way. They did a better job with Princess and the Frog than with Brother Bear, even though both have MCs turned into animals for most of the movie. I won't say you're wrong. I feel like they did maintain more of the culture in Princess and the Frog for sure. Treasure Planet is my favorite. It's so good. It's so good. The feels. I don't think they don't like it. I think they don't know it exists because I remember when it came out because that was the first one that I actually got to go to the Disney store and buy with my birthday money. I still have that VHS in my box. Maybe, or was it DVD time? I feel like it was a VHS. I hope it's a DVD because I would like to keep it and use it. But yeah, I feel like not a lot of people know about Treasure Planet. Not the most watched by far, but definitely a favorite. Should rewatch Treasure Planet. Loved it as a kid, but barely remember it. Yeah, sounds like y'all need to watch some Treasure Planet. And you've never seen the beginning of Treasure Planet? Me and my friend got into the theater late. Oh. Then you maybe didn't get the song. Because that song was so perfect for that movie. Yes, exactly. The theme song. I most watched is Tangled because it was one of the first DVDs I ever got, and I watched it probably once a month for a while. Nice. Okay. Well, now I have to go back to this other list because that one did not have Toy Story and stuff on it, and we're trying to include everybody. This one doesn't have it on there either. This is just Disney proper. But then here we go. So Toy Story was 95. Where are we at on this calendar? We're on 2000 with dinosaurs, what I last wrote down. So I need to write in Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, and then Monsters Inc. with 2001. Oh my God. I feel like I could do this visually better for you guys. Yeah, I think I could. Because I can make a Canva file and actually put the visuals here. Okay, so let's jump into a sprint. I'm going to make that file so you guys can hop along with me and actually see instead of me just telling you where I'm putting stuff, and then I will write it down because I still got half the board to write down. But I'm including Pixar in this list. So I'm Still Here is one of my go-to crying songs. It just hits. It's so good. It's so good. The Goo Goo Dolls are so good. My daughters were obsessed with Monsters Inc. That was another one that took me a while to get into. But I do enjoy Monsters right now. They all should be on Disney Plus. The only one that I didn't see that was like early in the list was one of their like musical stuff from the 40s. And that could have just been in a different category, but you can actually go into Disney Plus and watch everything. Yes, rewatch and show him Atlantis and Treasure Planet. My most watched is either Aladdin or Sleeping Beauty, don't know which. None of them are vaulted. I think everything came out of the vault probably in the last couple of years. So like when Disney Plus originally released, it did not have everything, but I feel like now they've got all of their movies up for sure. And then they're starting to bring out like some of the old cartoons as well. So I've not done a lot of research to see if like their older live action movies are on Disney Plus, because do I care? Only for the trivia, I guess. But from what I've been able to see, like they are all up there, ready to go. I didn't open another window and have this song playing right now. Nice. Saw it so many times I could never see it again and be just fine. Which one are we talking about? Oh, Monsters Inc. I see. Yes. Understandable. Everyone's got that movie. Disney Plus Japan has one of my favorites, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, but when showing to the hubby, we had to watch it in Japanese with English subs, no Japanese subtitles. Interesting. Well, but they dubbed it. So that's interesting too, that they dubbed the movie into Japanese. Boo from the kitchen. It smells delicious. Very oniony. Very oniony in this house. Now I'm going to be planning a Disney movie marathon for July. I have no time for because I need to scram and finish Her Kid. Well, I mean, you can either watch movies or you can read books. Like, this is not a competition. All right. What did I roll? 20. Got 32. That seems like a little bit long, but that's fine. We'll do a 32-minute sprint because I know y'all are actually, probably trying to like read and do things. So we'll do this sprint. I'm going to set up the file so you guys can actually like visually see me making this bingo board. And then if you want it, you can use it. Because I think that'll be more fun and I'll have all the movies I'm actually trying to put into it. But yeah, let's get into this next sprint in 3, 2, 1, go! Do 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 and Q Q Q Q.
Hello.
Nice food and it's good.
Yay, I'm glad it's good. I think the rice turned out really well.
Mm-hmm. Terry's gonna love this and he's gonna make me make it.
It's so much effort. Oh my god. That was like it said an hour. That was like 2 full hours of cooking and prep. So I had to cut all those veggies and get that lamb real nice and tender. And then you do the rice and stuff, and it was a lot. It's delicious. But yeah.
Good food often does take time.
Next question is, what's the next recipe I make?
Indeed.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. How do? I'm assuming I'm coming in right at the end.
We've got a little bit more time. We're finishing up the bingo board together, which I am making a Canva form. So let me show you guys. If I try to make one that is the bingo board that I just finished, so you guys could see it, and if you want to use it, it's in process.
Oh.
That way you can use that as a reference. I will be switching out Pete's Dragon for Dumbo, which should have been there, but
didn't we already watch some of these?
Yes, this is part 1. This is what we finished.
Oh, I'm like, hold on.
Yes. Part 2 is where I'm currently filling things in.
Oh.
And based on the years, these were the last 11 spots to fill.
Okay.
So I need to figure out where they're going. And the dice kept picking this top corner on the left. That's why I'm like, I don't know if dice isn't being random enough for me right now.
Maggie has barbecue chicken drumsticks in the crock pot. I invited her that she needs to eat something. Rossford is about to take Pixel to the park. We'll probably do that when the next sprint starts, unless that was the last one. Was that the last sprint?
No, we will do one more sprint because I started late.
Okay. Hi, Mama.
1995.
All right, it's lunchtime.
Alrighty, so Toy Story ended up here.
Nice.
You missed it, Q. When I was rolling, I was like, there's no way Lion King's gonna be my center square. And it happened. It happened live that I rolled the 3 for the row, and then I needed a 3 or an 8.
And you went, nice and then nice.
It is the center square. Bugs Life goes in this corner.
I always forget if A Bug's Life is Disney, Ants was Pixar. Or Dream, not Pixar.
Yes, it was DreamWorks.
DreamWorks, there we go. I was like, what's the second word?
Yes.
I love how they battled that. We're like, we're both going to have bug movies.
Let's just have a bug year.
Yeah.
And then I got to move Toy Story 2, and it's going right next to that. Okay, well, I guess that's where it wants to go. And that officially gets us to the year 2000. Because Toy Story 2 was, my lists are everywhere. Toy Story 2 is 1999. Dinosaur was our first 2000 movie.
I never saw that.
It's fun.
I can't even see what we all got. Like, here's the fun game. What have I actually seen? Okay, I've seen Tarzan. I've seen Little Mermaid. I don't think I've fully seen Hunchback. Which is sad.
Well,
Dinosaur. I have seen Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin and Fantasia. Wait, no, Fantasia 2000. I don't think I have. I saw the original one.
Correct.
I've not seen Oliver and Company. I have not watched. I know. I don't think I've seen Great Mouse Detective. Pocahontas, yes. Lion King, yes. What's the one?
Shame.
What's under Pocahontas?
Rescuers Down Under.
Okay, that one I've seen. Toy Story I've seen. Hercules I've seen. Mulan I've seen. Toy Story 2 I've seen. And A Bug's Life I've seen.
Okay.
But I definitely want to be around when you're watching the princess movies because they're my favorite.
Well, it is on the board.
Mm-hmm.
It is on the board. All right, Monsters Inc. is going up there. So let me know if you guys want me to post like the full bingo boards in the Discord for you to use or what. Because
you can Disney along.
Yes, you can Disney along with me. Because hopping between these lists, since they split Disney proper and Pixar, is creating. Oh, I went out of order. See, I already went out of order. Hold on, we gotta get Emperor up there. Where you going? Where you going? Okay, you are going there. Cool. That's good. Emperor's New Groove. And I think that was 2001. No, Emperor's New Groove was also 2000. They released 2 movies in both 1999, 2000, and 2002. Like a June and a December release, basically. That's crazy. That's crazy. It was in works for many years, I'm sure. That's still crazy. All right, I gotta move Atlantis because that was 2001. And you're filling up this top square here, Atlantis, my boy. (2001). I thought we would get much further, but I also think I did accurately note that it seems like there's way too many movies for us to like have finished this in 2 parts. All right, and then Lilo and Stitch was 2002. Where are you gonna go?
Your phone rang at the same time as Astra's with the same ringtone.
Really?
Apparently.
Oh my gosh. That was my "you're supposed to wind down and go to bed soon" alarm. It's not been used very much. Okay, Lilo and Stitch. Treasure Planet's up next. Where are you going? Ooh, Treasure Planet's gonna hang out with my friend the Lion King right there. It's also 2002. That's probably another reason why it doesn't have as much hype, because it came out the same year as Lilo and Stitch. Like 5 months later.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand why it might have been overlooked. Okay, Finding Nemo was 2003. So 2003, and then we have 2003, 2004. So let's move Finding Nemo next. Okay. Okay. I don't know if the chat's saying anything because I haven't.
No. Let's see. We got. I sort of got phone calls with school updates every Monday at 6, so it kind of makes sense. Sure.
Alrighty, Brother Bear. Oh, okay. Oh, Brother Bear wants to go down here.
Good night.
And that will get us with the placement of Home on the Range. Was Home on the Range the only one in 2004? Yeah. Yep. We'll be right there. And that fills the Disney Animated Movie Bingo Board Part 2. At least for my randomization. All right, guys. Let me know if you would like this posted in the Discord for your casual use. But I will also finish filling this in and post that as well if you guys want it. So just let me know. Just let me know.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, we can start the next sprint for you, Oscar. No worries, no worries. We just had to finish that up. This will be the last sprint. And it's a doozy. Got, well, I mean, 38, but, you know, it's the longest one so far. So 38 minutes on the clock. Are we ready to rumble? Okay. Alrighty. Well, I will keep working on this being a board for y'all.
I'm gonna chill and just watch a video and cuddle with Paul because he hasn't gotten any cuddles since I got home.
Oh, baby, you do that.
He's upset.
I might go get a smidge more / my tea.
Go for it.
Is it with him?
Plenty.
All right, let's get this sprint on. That's on the road. Doesn't quite work. Let's get this done. 3, 2, 1, go!
Someone walked away. I think there's a puppy situation. Here's my puppy situation. There he is. Just out the way. Hey, it's a dog. Are you okay, baby? He's like panting a lot. It is hot in here, I will say. Yeah. What are you thinking about? Do you need something? Do you want a treat? Do you want watermelon? I bought some watermelon. So hi. What's up? So Mama, what terrible book are you powering through right now? What's going on, bud? What's going on? Where are we going? We're gonna go lay there? Do you want to go find out what they're doing? Are you going out? Okay, bye. Okay, bye. He's coming. Oh, is he? Go get him. Go get him. You can go get him, Paul.
Ollie, Ollie.
Go get her.
No.
Where's that?
Do you want a greenie?
You want a greenie?
Good boy.
Thanks, I'll take it in here. And take it right into his kennel. Yeah.
That was our last sprint of the night, guys.
Yay! Good, because I gotta go to bed.
Yep. And yeah, I posted the bingos and the memes and shenanigans. If you guys desire them for any reason, they are there. But yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out. We got some stuff done. Hopefully the copies are approved and I can get my printed copies soon. Like tomorrow would be great. I would love to get that ball rolling, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just checking the chat real quick.
Mm-hmm.
People are heading
Wondering
out going to
zombies.
bed themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Paul, take my chair.
Thought about it.
Back from the dog park better than expected. Thanks for having a place to hang out. Living at night is not very social.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth? Just in time to say goodbye. Yeah, well, thank you. And have a good night, guys. We'll do it again. We'll do the thing. She's already half asleep, so we're just
I am.
gonna nip it in the butt, and we will see you guys in the next one. Hitting the right button. There we go. Bye.